legendary bear. I'm really looking forward to see what kind of alien life and plants and stuff that we're gonna see. These are some really big rocks. Where is this? So this is just a random place that we went to. I don't think there's any close quantum point. Let me see if I can climb this. Oh God, what the hell? Oh, okay. What the hell?
Hello, hello, hello. I am back. Yes. I'm back. Why did it stop? I'm back. Let's refresh. Yes, I'm up. This laptop have not been reboot for like 2 days. Yes, I'm back. I got some milk and I will undress.
That little fall already. All right, see you in a bit, bro. Yeah, that would be cool. Now, some people are complaining they're focusing too much on ships compared to gameplay. But I don't think that's how it works. I mean, there's like 500 people working on Star Citizen, right?
Yes.
They have teams that focus on ships, then they have teams that focus on the gameplay. There's people for everything, pretty much. It's just that some things take longer than others, I guess. Hey Dorian, aka Deemster, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Almost 2,700 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Wasn't it 2 days ago that we hit 2,600? The medical stuff? The medical stuff, that's gonna be super cool.
Yes, I
Because
will
it's
unpack
also
my backpack.
change how we play the game, I think. Or are people actually in the ship, or? Oh. No, this is not the Crybaby engine. My ship is having a hard time. Can you fix it? Star Citizen actually won the lawsuit against Crybaby Engine, so that's nice. But yeah, guys, if you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing. Maybe you'll be the 2,700th subscriber. But yeah, thank you. It's insane. I'm actually I'm kind of amazed that we're getting so many subscribers these days. Insane. Oh, you're in the bunk? Ah, my bad. I did not know. Wait, Goku, you were not subbed already? You're here every day. Well, almost every day. Oh yeah, there you are. Good morning. This game is a one-time pay-to-play. It's not subscription-based. I don't think this game will ever be subscription-based. That would literally be the end of the game. So you're here every day, but you just... That's amazing, dude.
Yes, I'm back.
Green report. You just copied. Oh, nice, dude. Welcome to the PTU. That's good.
I don't know what they was doing.
Wow, this is actually a pretty nice looking location.
Yes, but let's watch. Yes, this one. Do not buy this game, and I disagree that, of course. This game is totally worth $60 to try.
Missed timelines isn't where I'm driving this one. Part of the original terms of service was that if by 2016 Chris Roberts had not released the game, he would open up CIG's financials and publish them to show backers where the money is being spent. So, red flag number 2. You don't hide something if you have nothing to hide. Despite CIG's many marketing practices, which are predatory, shady, or aimed at devaluing backers' previous pledges to push new sales, Chris Roberts assured everyone in 2016 that they had more than enough money to finish the project. So, it was strange to any level-headed person that Chris was parading the narrative that the project was funded in 2016, while also gutting the clause from the terms of service that said his company would publish the project's financials when they yet again failed to come even remotely close to a release in 2016. There are a lot of borderline conspiracy theories about Star Citizen's financials to this day, and I try to stay away from speculating about this project because there's just too much of that nonsense already in literally every aspect of this game. But if Star Citizen is doing well, like Cloud Imperium infers, then any rational person should be asking why deciding to hide the financial status makes sense. Wouldn't revealing how well it's doing silence critics and assure backers? Yet CIG went the opposite way despite it being a part of the terms of service. Red flag number 3, the marketing. And this is going to be a long one. If you're new to Star Citizen, you probably see some of the ship sales pages. Yeah, I said sale. They're charging tax, it's a sale. CIG and some of its community have recently taken up a crusade to redefine these purchases as donations or pledges. They are sales. Anyways, one of the first things potential new backers see are the prices of ships, and they go, Jesus, that seems insane.
But that's a very good way to get money to support the game, because this cost many millions to develop a game. So that's not just enough. One player pay $40 one time in lifetime and never pay anyone. That's not enough. So this is a good way to raise money for game. Of course, that's a lot of money. There's no teenagers boy who just pay $150. But adults can do that. When you go in the city and you get drunk, you will use $100 or $200 just for fun to get drunk and get something to eat. So why not spend $100 on a ship? So.
And it kind of is, but CIG and the faithful will quickly assure you that one day you can buy all of these ships in-game instead. You only need to pledge $45 for access to the game. They just offer the option.
Okay, that's a lot of money. $3,000. Okay, I can see that. $1,000 but they're out of stock. Yes, you can see all the expensive ships is out of stock. How old is this video? Yes, that's from number 3 December, but I cannot see all these ships. Let's support industrial ships. Heavy mining ships. Yes, buying options is not working. Yes, but I have to look at all these ships. I have to look at that one day. Yes, first of all I just need to, that's $200. The Prospector have long been preferred ship for solar miners. Okay. Yes, that's a cool ship. That's a nice one. Yes. Yes, let's look, I have to look all this, what it is.
Says, pay to skip the grind as a convenience to you and to help support the game's funding. We don't want the dream to die, right? First and foremost, Cloud Imperium is a business, and they do need to make money. I understand that crystal clear. But what some backers don't seem to understand is that this isn't like any other business. You, the customer, are paying for the company to stand up, to hire people, to develop the tooling to create your product, and then to receive your product, eventually, with no guarantee of what that product is actually going to be by the time you receive it. While many backers will compare Star Citizen to other AAA games in their development, there is one huge difference here. If Red Dead Redemption 2 was ruined by a publisher, people will hear about it, they'll flock to refunds, and others will just straight avoid buying it. And in the end, the publisher only ruins a game concept and their bottom line. In Star Citizen, you are the bottom line. If Star Citizen utterly implodes tomorrow, Chris Roberts still walks away a millionaire, and players are left with dreams turned to ash and wallets empty. This is further made an issue with how CIG's marketing arm operates. In the earlier years, ship sales were indeed rather pure. They were meant to guarantee Cloud Imperium could keep the lights on and get the game made. While you bought a ship, you were really ensuring that Cloud Imperium could focus on what they needed to, and as a result, you had utter flexibility with your money that you gave the project. While you might have spent $275 on a Constellation, that ship and any other could change drastically by the time the game was released, and so Cloud Imperium offered you the ability to melt that ship into the store, and you could simply use credits to purchase a different ship that might better suit your interest by the time you get a final game. Now, maybe you could only afford a 300i for $55 when you back the game. Not a problem. You could slowly upgrade your ship over time with the cross-chassis upgrade system, turning that 300i into a 325a because you want to focus more on combat, right? The entire pledging system was set up to allow you to do basically anything you wanted to, with the money you were generous enough to entrust CIG with to build that dream game. As the years went on, Cloud Imperium at some point woke up and said, we can use these systems to generate more money from people. We don't even need to make progress on the game because so many of these people are sold hook, line, and sinker on the dream. We could literally start pushing out new concept ships that have super low upfront costs to us and will make us millions. And so, Cloud Imperium Games opened up the now infamous JPEG factory, where they would churn out new concept ships with stats, roles, and features that eclipse older concepts. The term CIG uses is punching above its weight class. And did they ever? Older ship designs were rapidly invalidated or made obsolete by these new concepts meant to bait further funding out of backers. But That didn't work with the maximum efficiency because CIG realized that backers would rather melt the old ones, now less competent ships, and buy the new ships with credits. So they needed a new system, something to push sales for new money. Enter the War Bond. Cloud Imperium's sales team realized that if they set their new JPEG's price point and then labeled it War Bond, which means new money only, and then marked up that ship from 7% to 25% and offered the marked up item as credits allowed item, people would be pushed towards buying with new money because look at the value, the savings. This new tactic oddly enters CIG's marketing arsenal the same year that they decided against publishing their financials, by the way. While war bonds were a slap in the face to people who had pledged early on because it devalued their initial pledge amount, the backers were still pretty relatively small, and most of the people already had the latest and greatest ships. So while war bond sales were a sly trick to bait people into new money purchases, they didn't have the initial effect that the marketing team was shooting for, and so they were tweaked. They added things like...
Yes, it cost many millions to make games like that. What is flying?
Here.
He's flying. Let's watch a little bit more of this.
The next section, because that's where the majority of the components are going to go in that next section, which explains why it exists, which a lot of people thought, oh, it's just completely dead space. And also the tail section for putting components in. And then, after that, obviously making that pod wider has knock-ons to the exterior. And we're not 100% locked down on what changes we're going to do to the exterior, but we're going to fix the interior first, and then sit down and review what changes we can do to the exterior in the time. And I even have some pictures.
Well, no, not yet. Not when we get there.
Okay. Nothing.
We got a whole section for the Vanguard variants. We'll get there. Just want the little tweaks. You're going to give it all away, John. Okay. We're in the realm of talking about reworks and improvements here. We talked a while back, I think it was probably a year ago now, there was some discussion about potential changes to ships with a racer and interceptor role like the M50. I think it was around the time the Razor was introduced. We said we were considering like why do racers have weapons at all, and stuff like that. Has there been any further development on that at all?
No, for me personally, as a developer, if I wasn't in the position...
No, that's a long one. Just talking 10 minutes more.
I would want them to be two separate things.
I'm not recording that now. What is he doing?
Drive around a bit. Or maybe one of those gravity things. Are you DC'd? Hold on. You first. Okay, never mind. Alright, get out, boys. Come. Because I'm closing the ship. Holy shit, man. It's actually the first time I go to this base, I think, and actually get out. Look at all these dead trees. And the atmospheric sounds is pretty intense as well. Let me see what's inside these buildings. Maybe they're a new type of building as well. I'm not sure if they want to join inside. This guy does. He does too. Yeah, there's definitely going to be weather Just imagine what weather's gonna be like on planets like these. Well, this is probably the first time this guy's ever seen
Need
anyone.
something? Well, I don't know. Same as any other day, I guess.
Dude,
I'm busy.
you're busy? What are you busy with? Doing nothing? How can this guy be busy? Busy doing what? I'm gonna lock them in. There we go. Well, that guy is such a liar saying he's busy. Seems like, oh shit, I crashed. Hold on, let me get back in. Oh, there is another person that's trying to join. Let me accept you. I'm coming back in, guys. Hold on. We got some unfortunate crash there.
Yes.
Oh, you crashed too?
Beta.
But crashing means that we can get...
I don't know. Should watch more of this? I don't think so.
Serialized whole numbers to Warbond per
Watch a bit of this. And we can watch that's 2 months ago.
Okay, I think the click is actually broken. Hey everyone, so I hope you've had a great
Is that from Star Citizen
and
YouTube
sat and
chat?
saw a bunch of the panels. There's some very, very cool stuff that various developers were showing. So hopefully, and the panels you didn't get to see, they'll all be on YouTube, so check them out afterwards. Okay. Yeah, it's not working for me. What is... Come back! Okay. Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, what is life? I don't know. What is release? Okay, calm down, everybody. Chill out. So we were actually debating about the rotor release, discussing that for Star Citizen, and we were talking about whether we were going to go up with 100 bullet points and talk about all these features. And myself and Aaron and Todd Pappy and Tony were all having a sort of discussion about what the core meaning, the core elements, and the core technology that we felt would create an experience that sort of defined the game and also was worthy of playing, irrelevant of whether the full feature set is finished or all the content in terms of planets and locations is done. Because for us, when we think about release, I mean, we're really releasing every 3 months now. So we got 3.3 just about ready to come. We just had 3.2, we had 3.1, and we're running a live game, and that's sort of the epiphany that we've had internally, which is, okay, we need to focus on how the game plays now. We've got to improve the quality of life. We've got to improve the user experience, the UI, how you get into it, make it accessible, ensure that the gameplay right now is polished. We're not there yet, but we are definitely working towards that every single release, and that is a priority for us. But for us, we were looking, okay, what was going to define the experience? That's the big vision of Star Citizen. And really for us, when we hit these milestones, then for us, we say, okay, I think this will be the core experience and tech that will deliver the vision of Star Citizen. So we go, oh, look at that. Does it go back? Oh, it's working.